Yo, it's Lil Yerk, and today I'm bringing you a step-by-step tutorial on how to get upgrade benches in Fortnite Creative. By the end of this tutorial, you'll be able to get an upgrade bench just like the ones in Battle Royale onto any of your creative islands. If you guys enjoyed this video at any point, don't forget to drop a like, hit subscribe, do whatever you want to do, and all that stuff. If you want to support me, you can use code YerkYT in the item shop, and it really helps me out a lot. But that's enough for me, let's get into this tutorial. Alright guys, the first thing we're going to want to do is open the creative menu and grab ourselves these devices: the capture area, the conditional button, a trigger, and an item spawner. We'll start by setting up the capture areas. These will be our way of detecting what guns players have in their inventory so we know what guns they'll be able to upgrade. Throw the capture area down and open up the settings, and then turn visibility in game to off. Then we want to change the consume item on scoring option to no. We also want to turn the consume item when dropped to no as well. Turn periodic scoring to 0, and now set when item is consumed, transmit on channel to channel 1. Go ahead and click accept. Now copy and place this capture area down for all the guns you want to be able to upgrade. I'm doing 8, but you can add more if you want. Now that you've placed them all down, go back to the beginning and start with the second capture area. We're going to increase the when item is consumed, transmit on channel to the next odd number all the way down the line. So in the end, they should go 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and on and on. And if you followed my example with 8, the last one should be channel 15. Now we're going to put the guns we want players to be able to upgrade from into the capture area. Make sure you put one gun per capture area, and make sure that you go in order from rarity. Blue pump, then the next one has to be the purple pump. We don't put gold in it because it can't be upgraded, so we move on to the next weapon. Blue tack, purple tack. Next weapon, blue SMG, purple SMG. Next weapon, blue AR, and lastly, purple scar. Great, now we're going to throw down our conditional button and open up the settings. For the interaction text, we want to type in upgrade blue-purple, cost 150 materials, and then in parentheses put X3. Then turn disable after use to yes. Find the enable that game start option, and we need to set that to no. And then we're going to set the enable when receiving from channel to channel 1, and when activated, transmit on channel 2 and click accept. Copy and paste it down next to the next capture area and open up the settings. This time, just change the interaction text to purple to gold, cost 200 materials, and then again in parentheses X3. Then go to the signal menu at the top, it's the one with the little asterisks, and change the enable when receiving from channel to channel 3. And when activated, transmit on channel 4 and click accept. Now for the rest, we're going to just copy the button from the previous weapon of the same rarity. So for the third one, I'll grab the first button and I'll add 4 to both settings. So this one will be enable on channel 5 and transmit on channel 6. Then the next one is purple, so I'll copy the second button and change it to enable on channel 7 and transmit on channel 8. And repeat for all the capture areas. Now we want to go back and drop the same item that we see in the capture area into our conditional buttons. So we have a blue pump here, so we drop a blue pump in, purple spaz, blue tack, and all the way down the line. Great, now that we've done that, we're going to throw down our item spawners. Open up the settings and turn visibility in game to off. We also want to set time before first spawn and time between spawns to never. Then set all of the material costs to 150. Scroll down and set the spawn item when receiving from channel to channel 2 and click accept. Copy and place it down and line it up with the second row of capture areas and open up the settings. Just change the material cost to 200 of each material, and then scroll down to spawn item when receiving from channel, and set this to channel 4 and click accept. Just like we did with the conditional buttons, we're going to grab the item spawner from the one before the one we had just placed, so the material costs align with the rarity of the gun. Each time we're going to add 4 to the spawn when receiving from channel, so each row is set to spawn on 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. and on if you have more capture areas. This time we're going to put the next rarity of the gun in. So first we have a blue pump, so we add a purple pump. Then we have a purple pump, so we add a gold pump. And next we have a blue tack, so we add a purple tack. Now we have a purple tack, so we add a gold tack, and I think you guys get the point. Do this for all of the item spawners all the way down the line. Now, throw down a trigger. This will turn off the conditional button after 5 seconds, so players can't buy guns without having them in their inventory. So first, set the delay to 5 seconds. Then we're going to set this trigger to trigger on the channel that comes right after your very last capture area. So for this I had 8, each using 2 channels, that's 16, so I'll set mine to 17. Then set it to trigger when receiving from channel 1 and click accept. Go back to your conditional buttons and set all of them to disable when receiving from channel 17 or whatever channel you used if you had more or less capture areas. Then we can go back to our trigger and line it up with each conditional button setting the trigger when receiving from channel to the next odd number all the way down the line. We're leaving the triggers on channel 17, just changing the trigger when receiving from channel each time. And again, that's going to be every odd number all the way up. Great, and now we finished the mechanics. Our next step is to consolidate the capture areas by placing them all on top of each other. You'll have to rotate them along the yaw axis in order for them to place, but the end result should look like this. Then we want to organize our conditional buttons in pairs of weapon types. So we take the 2 pumps and 2 tacks, 2 SMGs and 2 ARs and make them look nice, and it should look something like this. Then we take the same pairs and group the item spawners in the same manner. But we want to flip them upside down using the pitch axis. So in the end, you should get something that looks like this. Okay, now we're ready to build the upgrade bench. Grab the following galleries from the creative menu: the Pirate Ship Gallery, the Pirate Cove Gallery, and the General Props Gallery B. Throw these galleries down and select these props from each gallery and set them aside. Once you have all these props, you can delete these galleries after that. First, grab the pole thing and rotate it 180 degrees using the pitch axis. Shrink it down a decent amount using the all resize tool and place it so the top of the table is a little bit below shoulder level, kinda like this. Then grab the wood X thing and shrink it all the way using the resize axis all. Then we want to increase it using the height axis 2 times. Now, rotate it 180 degrees using the roll axis and place it down so it's centered in the tabletop and you can see all the spikes on the bottom of the table. Then we're going to copy that piece again and rotate it back upright and place it down on top, connecting the 2 pieces. For the next step, we'll grab the basket prop and start by shrinking it down all the way. Rotate it using the pitch axis by 90 degrees. Then we want to increase it along the width axis a couple of times. Place this piece so it's centered on each of the 4 posts with the inside of the basket facing inwards. Once you've done that, select all 4 baskets as well as that top post thing, and we want to copy it and rotate it 2 times using the yaw axis and place it down. Last step for this part before adding the mechanics in. We want to place the kitchen knives on the non-diagonal baskets. Once we've gone around and put those on the 4 made sides, we're almost finished. Last few steps. Select all of the capture areas and move them to the bench. We want to turn collision off and we want to place these right underneath the bench so that just the very top of the area is showing at the bottom. Now grab the buttons we grouped earlier and place them along the table however you want them to be organized. And lastly, take the item spawners and place them above the conditional buttons that they correspond to. And there you guys have it, how to make a working upgrade bench just like the ones in Battle Royale in Fortnite Creative. Go ahead and test it out and let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. Once again, if you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to drop a like, hit subscribe, do whatever you want to do and all that stuff. This video was a lot of work and it's really long, so I'm sorry, but I tried my best to keep it as short as possible. If you want to support me, you can use code YerkYT in the item shop and it really helps me out a lot. Consider checking out some of my other videos on screen now. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, stay up.